Today I'm going to be shooting some bow, trying out, this is the UltraView button and the UltraView hinge. I've shot these a little bit, they are pretty nice, but I figured I'd make a video just explaining why I like them, why I think they're better than other ones, and show off my bow a little bit. So this is my bow, an RX-7 Ultra by Hoyt. I have a Trophy Ridge sight with an 8-inch back bar, 8-inch front bar, the Ghost 6 2.0, and some RIP TKO arrows. So as you can see, I've got a target all the way up there. So I'm gonna range it real quick. Okay. We're about 35 yards. So up first will be the UV button. And third shot. So that was just a practice shot. They're all over the place. So I'm gonna go back to, we're gonna go to 40 yards instead of 35, and I'm gonna shoot from there. Okay, we're back here at about 40.1, which is basically 40 yards. See if we can't get a better group. Shot number one. Touched low, looked like, but let's go check that one out. So here was the group at 40 with the button. Just a touch right, probably my fault, and they're kind of angled in. So could have just been the angle. But I was just aiming for right here, so only a little bit off, just to the right. But let's go back and try the hinge. So here goes our 3 shots with the UltraView hinge at 40 yards. I'll show it to you here. There it is. So here goes the first 3 shots. Let me step back here. Looked like a pretty good shot. Also looked like a pretty good shot. Last one. Let's see if we can slide it in there in between them. Pretty good. All right, and here's the group at the hinge. Definitely closer. This one was almost a bullseye. And those two are just a touch high, but still pretty tight group. I mean, I can almost wrap my hand around them. So I'm gonna go back down to where I was, and I'll give you guys a review of why I like each one, what's pros and cons for me, what I think, what I like, what I don't, and yeah. So some things I like about my button release is I like, number one, how easy it is that you can just push this button here and then it just hooks right onto the string, and you have that little tab here that'll move. So you just clip it right on. You don't have to worry about, like some of them like TrueFire have ones where you have to like have the mechanism open, then hook it on the string, then click it. I like that you can just click it, hook it right on the string and go. So like if you're hunting for anything, if you just have it just hooked right on your string, you can just hang your bow up on like a hook or wherever, and it'll stay on there. You don't have to worry about it falling off, bumping off. It's pretty sturdy, pretty stout. Another thing I really like about them is they patented this, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but they have everything on here is like unique. Only they do it. And I like their barrel. It is easy to grab a hold of, and it digs into your hand, not like aggressively, but it grabs your hand so that your finger doesn't slip and slide off of it. Your finger just naturally will grab onto it. I love that about this release. It's super easy to adjust with your screw holes. They even have a little label that lets you know which way you're tightening for your travel and for your tension, your force. They have like a way to make it 4-finger if you want it 4-finger or 3-finger. But that's just some things I like about it. I think it's an amazing release. By far top of the line. I don't think you could find a better one. I do run into issues with it being a little stiff. Like I like a release where I can basically just breathe on it, it goes off. This one's a little stout. You gotta apply more pressure to get it to go off. But especially if I'm jumpy or antsy, like when I'm shooting target or even in a hunting situation, that is definitely a lot nicer to have, because you're able to give it even pressure and let it go off instead of kind of start pulling on it and making it do something it's not designed to do. So by far, I think it's an amazing release. I've shot a bunch of releases over the years, from wrist straps to thumb buttons to hinges to different things. Well, not necessarily hinges. I just got into hinges, but thumb button wise, I think that's one of the nicest thumb buttons I've ever shot. It's stout on price, but I think it's worth it money wise. I think it's definitely a good choice if you end up liking thumb buttons. But I guess we'll go on to the hinge. The reason I like the hinge is because no matter what hinge you get, it is a very good tool to train yourself to allow the release to do what it needs to do. Because even with the thumb button design, you're still in control to an extent. You're still able to pull and get that to go off when it's not designed to, when it's not supposed to. Which, like I said, in a hunting situation, you don't really want. You kind of want it to be when you're focused, when you're set, and then just goes off. But I think, once again, I think that definitely takes the cake for hunting. I mean, numerous people hunt with the hinge, but I don't think I ever could, because by the time I just pull it back when I'm not paying attention, shaking or something, and it goes off. But for target shooting, I love my hinge. I have actually just recently got this one, and I went to a archery shoot, and I was hitting 12s at like yardages I didn't even think I was going to be able to shoot with my bow with that sight. And it's definitely a nice release. I haven't shot too many hinges, so I don't really know what to compare it to. But this one, I would say, is thick. This is the second generation. The first generation was thinner, they say, and wasn't magnetic. It didn't have the magnet there to catch the hook. but super easy to adjust. Once again, just like the button. Here in the back, there's a little hole, and same Allen wrench you use to adjust the moons, you can just put that in there, loosen that, and then you can adjust your moons here. And they'll move, and they have even little like lines, little adjustments. I don't know if you can really see it, but there's little lines there. Trust me, they're there. Can't quite get it to focus, but you even have your click and your fire, how quick you want it to go off, if you want a click, if you don't want to click. And like I said, they're labeled so you can tell which is which. And it tells you what way to rotate it. If you want it to be a hotter release, you want it to go off quicker, or you want a colder release, you want it to go off slower. But like I said, it's an amazing release. I am very fortunate I was able to get both of them and shoot both of them. I absolutely love them to death. And that's an unbiased review because they don't sponsor me. So that's completely my opinion, on it. And but yeah, like I said, and the same thing goes for this one. You can get the 4-finger adjustment. They even make little brackets. Like, I believe you can get the pin, like the knob, not quite like this, but like a thin knob that sticks off the side. And all you got to do is, I think it just threads right in there. It's like a threaded hole. Or I believe you can take this little piece off here, and you can get a hunting bracket that goes on it, designed for hunting. Both are pretty cool ideas. Excuse me, I don't know 100% if UltraView makes that knob or if it's just that hunting bracket, but I have seen some that have a knob. So I'm sure that you could, you know, jerry rig it and make it work, and, you know, have a knob if you want a knob. But yeah, that's my video on these, I guess, and let me know what you guys think. If you guys like this video, leave a like and leave a comment. You know, if there's something you want to see next, maybe I have numerous other releases. I could do a review on them and maybe just shoot bow. Maybe you guys like watching me shoot. Gonna try and get better angles next time. They weren't quite as good as what I was hoping for, but you know, just learning, just trying some new things. So like I said, just feel free, let me know what you guys think, how you guys felt, and yeah, I'll read through the comments if there is any, and I'll reply back. And like I said, just let me know what you guys think. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching my video, and hopefully this helped you. Maybe you were thinking of getting one, and maybe I convinced you to get one. But I will see you guys in the next one. See you guys.